Hello, I welcome in the video number 2 on the topic carbonyl compounds, aldehydes and ketones. In this video we are going to discuss the general mechanism of aldehydes and ketones towards nucleophilic addition reactions, and thereafter we will discuss three important reactions of aldehydes and ketones with their mechanism and applications. So let's begin with the general mechanism of carbonyl group. So the general mechanism of carbonyl group involves two steps. The first step is nucleophilic addition or nucleophile attack on the carbonyl carbon to form alkoxide ion. So this is the first step in which the nucleophile, here this nucleophile attacks to the carbonyl carbon. There is shifting of pi electrons towards this oxygen. Oxygen will carry negative charge, this carbon will carry positive charge, and this nucleophile already it is a negatively charged species, therefore it forms the bond with this carbonyl carbon and we get the alkoxide ion. So this is step number 1. In second step, protonation of alkoxide ion to form addition product. Just there is addition of this proton to this O minus and there is formation of this OH bond and we get the corresponding product of that reaction. So here this is ketone molecule and we are getting this addition product of ketone. So this is the general mechanism of a carbonyl group. Now let us see the specific reactions one by one, and the first reaction is called as aldol condensation reaction, and it is base catalyzed aldol condensation reaction. Now what is this aldol condensation reaction? Aldehydes or ketones containing alpha hydrogens. So this is very important. The aldehydes or ketones which contains alpha hydrogens only shows aldol condensation reaction. So aldehydes or ketones containing alpha hydrogens undergo condensation in presence of base to form beta hydroxyaldehyde, which is also called as aldol, or beta hydroxyketone, which is also called as ketol. So if we start with this aldehyde molecule, then this aldehyde must contain alpha hydrogen. So this aldehyde undergo condensation reaction in presence of base. So two aldehyde molecules undergo condensation reaction in presence of base to form beta hydroxyaldehyde, which is commonly called as aldol. If we start with ketone, two molecules of ketone undergo condensation reaction in presence of base and there is a formation of this beta hydroxyketone, which is called as ketol. So this is the specific example here. Two molecules of acetaldehyde, this is one molecule of acetaldehyde, this is second molecule of acetaldehyde, undergo condensation in presence of base to form 3-hydroxybutanol, that is aldol is the product. Now if you look at the acetaldehyde, these three hydrogens which are linked to this carbon are alpha hydrogens and they are acidic due to the negative inductive effect created by this carbonyl group. So these, with respect to this carbonyl functional group, this carbon is alpha carbon, and as this alpha carbon carries three hydrogens, these three hydrogens are called as alpha hydrogens, which are acidic one, and in presence of base we can remove these alpha hydrogens in the form of H plus ions. So this is the specific example of aldol condensation reaction. Now let us consider the acetone molecule. Here this is the acetone. The previous example was of aldehyde, so CH3COCH3, that is acetone. So this is acetone. Two molecules of acetone undergo condensation in presence of alkali, that is base. It forms the beta hydroxy ketone, which is called as ketol. So these are the two examples of aldol condensation, one by using aldehyde and second by using acetone, that is ketone. Now let's move towards the mechanism of aldol condensation reaction. Now it involves different steps. The first step is the abstraction of alpha hydrogen of ketone to form carbanion, which is also called as enolate ion. So here to explain the mechanism of aldol condensation, we have taken ketone as a starting compound, and the specific ketone used here is the acetone. So this is the acetone. So in case of acetone, these three hydrogens and these three hydrogens, total 6 alpha hydrogens are there. So we can remove these hydrogens in the form of H plus ions by using such base. So one of the hydrogen, acidic hydrogen or alpha hydrogen, is removed by this base so as to form this carbanion. So this carbon carries negative charge and this species is called as carbanion. So the first step is abstraction of alpha hydrogen, that is proton, of ketone to form carbanion, which is also called as enolate ion. Step number 2, nucleophilic attack of carbanion to carbonyl carbon of second acetone molecule to form anion. In step number 1, first molecule of acetone is converted into carbanion by removal of one H plus ion, that is proton. So that carbanion now attack nucleophilically to the carbonyl carbon. This is the carbanion which is formed in step number 1. Now this carbanion or this carbon, negatively charged carbon, attacks to this carbonyl carbon, and this pi bond will be shifted towards the oxygen. So oxygen will carry negative charge, this carbon will carry positive charge due to pi electron shifting. Now this negatively charged carbon of carbanion and positively charged carbon of the second molecule of acetone forms the CCH2 bond. This CCH2 bond is formed due to this attack of carbanion to the carbonyl carbon of second molecule of acetone. So we are getting here anion in step number 2. Now in step number 3, protonation of this anion to form ketol or beta hydroxy ketone. So this is the anion which is represented here. Now whatever H2O is eliminated in step number 1 by the removal of a hydrogen, H plus from that water molecule will form the bond with this O minus, that is here OH bond formation, and we get this beta hydroxy ketone which is called as ketol. So this is ketol. So again there is a regeneration of this OH minus ion. Again this OH minus ion will be utilized for carbanion formation, which is shown in step number 1. So this is the functional group C double bond O. Now this carbon is alpha carbon, this carbon is beta carbon. So this beta carbon carries OH group and hence it is called as beta hydroxy ketone. Beta hydroxy ketone, in short, it is also called as ketol. So this is the mechanism of aldol condensation. Now the applications of aldol condensation. So the first application is synthesis of alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes or ketones. For example, synthesis of crotonaldehyde. Alpha beta unsaturated aldehydes or ketones can be obtained by using this aldol condensation reaction, and here this crotonaldehyde can be synthesized by using this aldol condensation reaction. So here acetaldehyde, two molecules of acetaldehyde undergo condensation in presence of NaOH, and there is formation of this aldol beta hydroxy aldehyde. Now this OH and H eliminates in the form of water molecule, and there is a formation of this double bond between these two carbon atoms, and this is the unsaturated aldehyde, and its specific name is crotonaldehyde. So this is the application of aldol condensation. Now the second application of aldol condensation, it can be used in the synthesis of unsaturated acid. Unsaturated acid can be prepared by using aldol condensation. Now let us see the examples. So synthesis of cinnamic acid can be carried out by using aldol condensation. So here benzaldehyde, one aldehyde molecule, then acetaldehyde, there is use of this base, it forms this cinnamaldehyde, and this cinnamaldehyde on oxidation forms a cinnamic acid. So benzaldehyde and acetaldehyde undergo aldol condensation in presence of this base to form cinnamaldehyde, and this CHO group get oxidized to CHO group. So we are getting here cinnamic acid, which is alpha beta unsaturated acid. The second example, crotonic acid can be obtained by aldol condensation. Two acetaldehyde molecules undergo condensation in presence of this base. There is formation of crotonaldehyde, which on oxidation the CHO group get oxidized to COOH group, and this acid is called as crotonic acid. So these are the applications of aldol condensation reaction. Now let's see the second reaction, that is called as Perkins reaction. Now what is this Perkins reaction? Again, it is condensation of aromatic aldehyde with the acid anhydride in presence of sodium salt of acid to give alpha beta unsaturated acid. So the starting compound, first of all, it is a condensation reaction. The starting compound used is aromatic aldehyde and acid anhydride, and this reaction is carried out in presence of base, and the base used in this reaction is sodium salt of acid anhydride. So this base is used, and the product of this reaction is a cinnamic acid. Remember, on this topic MCQ questions can be asked on every point. So the product of Perkins reaction is dash dash. You should remember alpha beta unsaturated acid is the product of cinnamic acid. Here COOH should be there, COOH, C double bond O, this is correct one, but here instead of H, OH should be there, OH. So this is the example. Now let us see the mechanism of Perkins reaction. The first step in the mechanism involves the abstraction of alpha hydrogen by base to form carbanion. Now let me zoom this one. So abstraction of alpha hydrogen by base to form carbanion. So here acetic anhydride, it consists of these three alpha hydrogens, which are acidic one. In presence of this base, there is abstraction of one of the hydrogen in the form of H plus ion. So as H plus ion is removed from this acetic anhydride, there is formation of this carbanion. This is the carbanion in which this carbon carries negative charge. So this is the first step, formation of carbanion. The second step, nucleophilic attack of carbanion to carbonyl carbon of benzaldehyde to form an anion. So this is the carbanion. Let me zoom this again. So this is the carbanion which is obtained in step number 1, and this is the benzaldehyde molecule. Aromatic aldehyde is benzaldehyde. So this negatively charged carbon will form the bond with this carbonyl carbon which is electron deficient, and we obtain this hydroxy derivative. So in step number 3, removal of water molecule get removed. So OH and H from this CH2, OH and one H from this CH2 eliminates in the form of water molecule here, and we obtain this unsaturated compound. Now once we obtain this unsaturated compound, in step number 4, acid hydrolysis to form cinnamic acid. So this is unsaturated derivative. Now hydrolysis occurs across this bond. Hydrolysis or addition of H2O, OH and H occurs across this bond, across this bond COOH, and the byproduct is acetic acid. So this CO bond breaks heterolytically. Carbon carries positive charge, oxygen carries negative charge. OH minus from this water will be added to, will form the bond with this positively charged carbon, and we obtain this cinnamic acid, CH double bond CH COOH, and this is cinnamic acid. So this is the mechanism of Perkins reaction. Now let us discuss the applications of Perkins reaction. The important application of Perkins reaction is in the synthesis of alpha beta unsaturated acids. Even we can prepare saturated acids, or we can obtain unsaturated hydrocarbons also. Second important application, Perkins reaction is useful in the synthesis of different compounds like phytoestrogen, stilbene, resveratrol, coumarin, etc. So here one example of synthesis of coumarin or one reaction is given. Sodium salt of, this is the sodium salt of salicylic on reaction with acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate as a base. It eliminates this acetic acid, and there is formation of this coumarin, which is the important compound in different synthesis. So this is about the Perkins reaction. Now let's discuss the third reaction, that is called as Cannizzaro reaction. Now what is the statement of this Cannizzaro reaction? Aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogens. So this is very important. In aldol condensation, alpha hydrogens were essential in case of aldehydes or ketones, but in Cannizzaro reaction, aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogens, there should not be alpha hydrogens in aldehydes. So aldehydes or ketones, so such aldehydes or ketones undergo self oxidation reduction reaction. In other words, it is called as a disproportionation reaction in presence of strong base to form acid and alcohol. So let me tell the Cannizzaro reaction in simple words again. Aldehydes or ketones aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogens undergo self oxidation reduction reaction in presence of strong base to form acid and alcohol. So in this reaction, two aldehydes undergo reaction. One aldehyde molecule will get oxidized to acid and second aldehyde molecule will get reduced to alcohol. So when we use these aldehydes, so depending upon the use of aldehydes, Cannizzaro reaction is of two types. So the first Cannizzaro reaction is called as a simple Cannizzaro reaction, and second one is called as crossed Cannizzaro reaction. Now what is meant by simple Cannizzaro reaction? In simple Cannizzaro reaction, I have told you, in Cannizzaro reaction, two molecules of aldehydes which do not contain alpha hydrogens undergo oxidation, self-oxidation reduction reaction to form acid and alcohol. In simple Cannizzaro reaction, two molecules of same aldehyde, two molecules means here formaldehyde, again the second molecule is of formaldehyde. Two same aldehyde molecules undergo self-oxidation reduction reaction in presence of strong base, for example concentrated KOH, and there is formation of potassium formate, which ultimately converted into the acid, that is formic acid, and this is alcohol, methanol. So one formaldehyde molecule will get oxidized to acid, second molecule of formaldehyde will get this second molecule of formaldehyde will get reduced to this alcohol molecule. So here another example, benzaldehyde, two molecules of benzaldehyde undergo self-oxidation reduction reaction, that is Cannizzaro reaction, where we obtain benzyl alcohol and sodium benzoate, which finally converted into benzoic acid. So if you look at the structures of aldehydes, formaldehyde or benzaldehyde, alpha hydrogen atoms are not there. So in this compound formaldehyde, alpha carbon is not there, so no question of alpha hydrogens. In this compound, so CHO is the functional group, so this is the alpha carbon, so this carbon is alpha carbon which is not carrying hydrogen. So that is the required condition, the aldehydes should not contain alpha hydrogens. Mechanism of simple Cannizzaro reaction. Simple Cannizzaro reaction means two molecules of same aldehyde, and in crossed Cannizzaro reaction means two different aldehyde molecules undergo condensation in presence of strong base. So we are discussing here the mechanism of simple Cannizzaro reaction. The steps involved in the mechanism are: step number 1, nucleophilic addition of hydroxide ion to the carbonyl carbon of first aldehyde molecule to form anion. So this is aldehyde molecule, we are showing general structure of aldehyde. As we know, the carbonyl carbon is electron deficient, it carries positive charge. OH minus will form the bond with this C plus, and there is formation of this COH bond. So this anion is obtained. Second step of the mechanism is intermolecular hydride ion transfer. So what is meant by hydride ion? H plus, it is called as proton, which carries hydrogen. In this case, hydrogen carries positive charge. H minus is called as hydride ion. H minus is called as hydride ion. So this is the first anion, this is the anion obtained in step number 1, and this is the second molecule of aldehyde, where this CH bond breaks heterolytically. Carbon carries positive charge, this hydrogen carries negative charge, means H minus migrates to this carbonyl carbon or forms the bond with this carbonyl carbon. O minus and C plus, there will be double bond formation, and here we are getting this acid. Now this This is the RCH2O minus, and this RCH2O minus, and this acid undergo acid base reaction is in step number 3, acid base reaction to form products. So this is the acid which is obtained in step number 2. This is the alkoxide ion obtained in step number 2. So in between these two acid base reaction means this H will be donated towards this, or this H forms the bond with this O minus, and that is formation of this alcohol, and as H plus is removed from this acid, it oxygen carries negative charge. Further, this on acidification forms the acid. In crossed Cannizzaro reaction, two different aldehyde molecules undergo redox reaction to form mixture of products. See the difference. Let me tell you again the difference between simple and crossed Cannizzaro reaction. In simple Cannizzaro reaction, two molecules of same aldehyde undergo condensation, but in crossed Cannizzaro reaction, one benzaldehyde molecule reacts with another aldehyde which is called as formaldehyde. In case of simple, two molecules of benzaldehyde or two molecules of formaldehyde were condensing with each other, but in case of crossed Cannizzaro reaction, one molecule of benzaldehyde undergo condensation with formaldehyde molecule. In presence of this base followed by acid hydrolysis, we are getting this benzyl alcohol, and this is formic acid. So actually here only these two compounds, these two products are shown here, but we get the mixture of products. So that is I am not telling you all those products in detail, but mixture of products are obtained in crossed Cannizzaro reaction, and these are the two products among the from the mixture of products. Now this benzaldehyde undergo reduction to form benzyl alcohol. Benzaldehyde undergo reduction to form benzyl alcohol, whereas this formaldehyde undergo oxidation, and there is formation of formic acid. So this is the crossed Cannizzaro reaction. Now let's see the applications of Cannizzaro reaction. So the first application, it is used in the synthesis of neopentyl glycol. Neopentyl glycol can be prepared by Cannizzaro reaction. So here this is the starting compound isobutylaldehyde. Let me zoom this one. This is the isobutylaldehyde. It reacts with this formaldehyde in presence of this base. This is the aldehyde, hydroxyaldehyde, and which on reduction it forms this neopentyl glycol. The CHO is converted into CH2OH, and we are getting here neopentyl glycol. So this is the first application of Cannizzaro reaction. Then second application, it is used in the synthesis of substituted aromatic acids. Now this is the representative example of this application. Orthothalaldehyde on Cannizzaro reaction forms orthohydroxymethylbenzoic acid. Orthohydroxymethylbenzoic acid. So this is the application of Cannizzaro reaction. If you have any difficulty or any queries, you can ask me. Thank you for listening this video. Thank you very much.